I can't say it enough. PDF. Pay the motherfucking fee. Bang. Clean kills but dirty hustles. Working soda, pasta bubble, hard or soft, drop of butter. This just a little piece of my struggle. Right. Hateful lies, selfish others, foolish friends, demon brothers. Chill out for me, man.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hello. What's up? Want the green or the white?
I need 3 zips of the white.
I bet. Lost sisters and dying mothers. This just a little piece of my struggle. Gun tussles, fighting muscles. Right. You can't lose or you can't buckle. No. It's fucked up how it come for you at different times in ways it touch you. Stand strong, quick it crush you. Love no one, trust now another. Listen. Believe a soul never, motherfucker. You bet not. This just a little piece of my struggle. Hey, piece of my struggle. It's just a little piece of my struggle. Count on facts to lead the rogues, despise the truth, cherish the bogus, bypass the real, acknowledge the phonies, keep your enemies, leave your homies. You fuck ass niggas. This just a little piece of my struggle. Look how time can change, man. This just a little piece of my struggle. See it all, but don't know a thing. Yeah. I know he dead, but I don't know his name. You wouldn't imagine what's in my brain that draws the line from making us the same. A tune played and a song sang. Yeah. A trumpet sound or a shot rang. Right. Me being king or king being bang. Either way, it's just a soul slang. Hey. Hide my tears, flush my pain. What make you weak or make you go insane. Don't give a fuck is what I say, brother. That's what I say. This just a little piece of my struggle. I bet.
I hope you got some good news for me.
Yeah, that food's on the way right now.
So is it done deal? Alright, that's a bit.
I understand, but I don't agree why we still have fights about color. Black and white, I mean people, bro. This just a little piece of my struggle. If money green, then what else matter? Sharing arguments instead of laughter. You got a creator, but serve a master. You know the devil and you know the pastor. Mom and dad, still a bastard. Spoiled child, still a rascal. Lick my wounds, heal faster. I'm the best at it, no before and after. Jailhouses overruling jobs. You can't be even, they make you hard. And wonder why you give them so much trouble. Wonder why. This just a little piece of my struggle. Appetites, but only a few can eat. Many views, but only a few can see. A lot trying, but only a few can be. So other people just deluding the street. I take from you, cause you will take from me. I'm everything I prayed and made them be. And for that shit, I even went against my mother. What's up, nigga?
What's that, man?
Shit.
Yeah. Hey, let me catch you up.
Motherfucker. This just a little piece of my struggle. Just a little piece of my struggle. This just a little piece of my struggle. Yeah. Bang. This just a little piece of my struggle. Scrap bitches.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Father's Day. First of all, to all the single mothers out there that played both roles. And then to any other gentlemen that have joined us this afternoon. Angel P, thank you so much for your contribution, Queen. It means the world to me. I got a little echo and stuff. It's from the TV. Okay. Exploited innocence. Rumor has it. Paisley, Libster, Lickety Split, Tina, Just Ash, Artillery, Lurking, Roswell, baby. Not a Drama Nana, Elle Wood, Lickety split. Stormy skies. Just Dash, Angel P, Hazy 420, Mama 2, Robert, darling. Just Ash, Carrie, Marie, Shay 214, Brooke Shelton, Return to the EMGs, Flossie Flosserson, what's up, baby? Stormy Skies, Share Bear, Truth Hurts. Let's see who else we got. Dragon, Ebert Manuel, Beastalina, Casey K, what's up, baby? Lion Mama, Karen Renfro, good to see you. Much love, much respect. Michelle Macklin, good to see you, baby. Cowgirl at heart. And, of course, Kyle, happy birthday, my boy. Happy birthday. CJ. And anyone else that's coming in. So today's going to be a little different. I think that I put together in my head how it should go. And I think that it very rarely goes as planned. But all we can do is try, right? So today we're going to mix a little vocabulary, a little logic, and see what kind of cake we can bake, right? What do we have here? Beastalina been a member for 8 months. Thank you. Now I want to start. Who do we have here? Paisley been a member. I don't get tired. Paisley been a member for 7 whole months. So what I think is important to point out, starting right out of the gate, is that all of us have done things on this app that if it were shown to us today, we would have a creative argument. Maybe some of us would take accountability. Maybe some of us wouldn't, right? That's accountability is a part of everyone's journey, right? When you start to Raindrop, thank you for joining us. Cheeky Vamp, she been a member for 5 months. Dilated Pickle, hello. Thank you everyone for the Father's Day. I got to get in and out because I got a little one waiting on me. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it. So a lot of us over the period of time have either rehabilitated ourselves or taken, hopefully, some proactive measure in rehabilitating ourselves. Rehabilitation is the ideal that you could be made as good as you were before or better, right? You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to suffer some extreme loss in order to rehabilitate yourself. You can actively rehabilitate yourself in the way that you think or in the way that you behave. And guys, what I want to start off by saying is that I don't want this to just fall into the category of stuff like other people do. What I would like is for us to Beastalina, thank you for gifting 1 Benny Keys membership, baby. You know it means the world to me, Queen. I want this to be the landmark in something that could be revisited, right? In the future. I'm sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a little vocab, okay?
Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation is the process of helping individuals regain, maintain, or improve the physical, mental, and cognitive abilities they need for daily life. These skills are often lost due to disease, injury, or medical treatments. The term spans across several key areas of care and recovery. Now, I don't think that I really need to go on down through it. I think that we are all have at least a GED. Some of us may be high school dropouts, but we understand what rehabilitation means. Okay. Now, one of the things that I also want to point out is the fact that many of the players on the internet, the relationships have been asymbiotic. They've been transactional at best sometimes. But in addition to that, there is a plethora of psychological angles that go into all of this. So many people that are at war today with any given person have been thick as thieves with those people at some point, right? And typically 99.9% of the time, the fallout happened not because of the way two people or one person looked at the way the other did the rest of the world. It was something intrapersonal, something intra-relationship, right? It wasn't, oh, hey, I don't like that you did this to them, so I don't want to be friends anymore. No, it's always, almost always, I don't like the way you said that to me. I'm gone. And then after I leave, I'm going to expose all the things that I was cool with that you did while we were together, now that we're not together anymore, right? Does that sound about right? Courtney, good to see you, baby. Shannon, good to see you, baby. Right? That's what we're dealing with here. This is absolutely an unbiased look, okay? I understand Nicolina has done things here she's not proud of. I've done things here that I'm not proud of. We all have. If you are here and you say, well, I haven't, well, then guess what? You're either not caught up on everything that's going on and you're just kind of a sideline watcher, or you're not taking accountability, because these things that I'm speaking of, these things can also just be nasty comments, right? Just nasty comments, right? We're here to take accountability, right? We're also here to say that no matter what words, no matter what actions, short of hurting someone else physically, would call for someone else to threaten to hurt someone physically. Okay? Now, this is an interesting thing. This is an interesting dynamic. You guys, if you've been watching for a day, then you've seen me say it. Okay? The obsession with YouTube views stems from a mix of dopamine-driven behavioral feedback loops and the platform's attention-based economy. Attention-based. These are all things, right? Now, you have people like Ikidmel. You have people like The Chapter. You have people like so on. Take your pick, right? These channels are here to bring information. They have an informational value, as well as the trade-off for having an informational value is either an aggressive or a passive income. When you think of the people that are so focused on the numbers, they're not focused on the number of good comments they get. They're not focused on the money per se. They're focused on having the most spotlight shined on them. Okay? It's an attention-based economy. It's, oh, I did 1,100 views. You only did 700 views. Or I had 57 likes and you only had 32. It is a dopamine-driven behavioral feedback loop and the platform's attention-based economy. For creators, view counts directly dictate their earning potential and career growth, which none of these people are worried about. They would be paid in views alone. They would be paid. They would feel accomplished. I do not. Was there a time that I was? Yeah, when I was getting 10 to 30 or 50,000 views a video. It's hard not to be in that. When you're at that level, you see the decline, right? And you understand what the Reaganomics mean, right? You understand. Once you've rehabilitated yourself and you identify that this is an attention-based economy, you can start to remove or divorce yourselves from the things that set you alike with the others. Now, when I say alike with the others, it is not a small group. It is vast by and large. Okay. That's a fact. Vast by and large. Okay. This leads to an exhausting cycle of constantly checking analytics, which many creators find themselves trapped in, whether they say it or they don't. I'm so disconnected from most all of that I have to force myself a lot of times to go in and answer comments. And I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, well, he answered longer comment here. Like I see all the things, right? I understand all the dynamics. And there are a lot of times where I just get overwhelmed, where I've got life going on and that it's just a little bit too much on the scale of personal life or cyber life that I don't reply to every single one. And I can't see the chat right now. So if anyone is asking, I can't see. For viewers, the obsession with watching videos is fueled by the platform's ability to cater directly to our natural desire for attention, micro-learning, and community. You see how learning and community being the organizational part of having friends and cliques and tribes and all the things here, right? Attention is number one. And that is the thing, right? You have probably a bunch of people who weren't so successful in the social dynamic as a younger person or prior to where they are now. And if they get any sort of attention, whether it be bad or good, it's attention, right? The obsession with views usually breaks down into a few specific angles. For creators, view numbers function as an addictive real-time scorecard because the YouTube algorithm heavily rewards momentum. Getting a spike of views means your video gets pushed to the trending tab and suggested feeds, resulting in a snowball effect of exposure, i.e., or AKA, attention. This intense, now understanding that if you have 1,100 views, you're not really seeing a whole lot of AdSense revenue, right? It's when you're in the tens or hundreds of thousands where a video starts to pay you in the views. Anyone that says, oh, I'm doing less than 1,000 views, but I'm making big money. No, you're not. In relation to what? Because if that's big view, if that's big money, then you ain't never really seen no real money, right? Moving forward. This intense focus often pushes creators to rely on clickbait or trends rather than passion. I talk about what I want to talk about, and I don't talk about the things I don't want to talk about, right? Whether it's paradise, whether it's this, whether it's that. It's what I want to talk about. I do take recommendations occasionally when someone says, hey, we think your voice would sound good relaying this message to us, right? And so then occasionally I will take on that, right? Live tracking compulsion. Creators often develop a behavioral dependency on checking the YouTube Studio app multiple times a day, sometimes hourly or by the minute, to monitor real-time views. Many creators report that this compulsion can strip the joy away from actually making videos and cause severe burnout. Well, if you just rush into any video, live stream or otherwise, and you don't have an aim or you don't have a sort of mission statement that you are trying to relay, and that you just come on here and blab, yes, you're caught up in the compulsion, right? And it says here, the joy from making videos. I hear so many people say, I hate this or that, or I'm leaving, and then they don't, and they come right back 12 hours later. That's not joy. That is addiction. If you really enjoyed this, there would be no compulsion to quit all the time, right? Now, for viewers, people tune in to satisfy multiple psychological needs. Viewers are drawn to content that provides cognitive ease, escape, and social connection. The interactive nature of the platform creates parasocial relationships with creators, making watching videos a highly engaging and habitual activity. You can habitually be a great person. Habitual sort of leans over to the other side, that you're a habitual quitter or a habitual returner or a habitual threatener or a habitual love bomber, right? All of these things that we know, right? Nowhere in for the viewers does it talk about drama. People are here for drama. And the people that understand that, it's sort of a multifaceted issue, because they have the dopamine, they have the loop, right? And then they have the fulfilling, satisfying feeling that they get that's very momentary, right? Very momentary feeling of satisfaction for watching someone else talk bad about someone. But the interesting part about here is there's a satisfaction and a dopamine release for listening to someone tear up someone you used to do the same thing for that they're talking about. These are not moot points. These are very relevant points, and that it all stems around the obsession with views, or the obsession with attention, the attention seeking. Understanding that to the layman looking out or looking in from the outside, we're like, these people are gross. These people are actually gross. They're disgusting. They will overlook what they know is wrong, because it feels right. That overlooking the wrong because it feels right. Chemically, their brain is telling them this makes you feel good. And if you feel good, it must be right. Hooah? It has to be right if it feels good, right? No one continues to watch drama so that they can just feel bad all the time. They're like piranhas eating on anything that's fallen in the water. Just peck and run away, peck and run away, peck and run away. But if you didn't like it, you would discontinue the pecking, right? Moving forward. What we have more than anything, and I think that everyone, even me, gets caught up in what you call an ad hominem attack. Ad hominem is Latin for to the person. Makes complete sense, right? Is a logical fallacy where someone responds to an argument by attacking the character, motive, or other personal trait of their opponent rather than addressing the substance of the argument itself. These people, I am convinced, maybe today will hear the terminology ad hominem. Ad hominem is it's body shaming, it's financial shaming, it's asset shaming, it's view shaming, right? It's anything other than being able to address the topic at hand. If you bring up a topic and someone turns the corner to the right to get away from you, but then comes back saying, oh, you're fat, or you're broke, or you're this, it's ad hominem. That means that they do not possess the ability to stand head up with you and have an actual debate. And that's where you start to see debate communities where you can actually, you can appreciate the fact that these people can disagree on something. And even though they're being watched and there's attention, even if it's 8 people watching or 1 person watching, they're not there for the attention for self as much as they are to have the meat and potatoes of their message heard, the debate heard, right? Their truth or their logic. It's not about someone's, it's not about someone's net wealth. It's not about someone's ability to live here or there. I think you get the point, right? The goal of a debate is to evaluate whether a claim is true or false based on reason and evidence. An ad hominem derails this by shifting focus to an irrelevant personal attack in an attempt to discredit the speaker and avoid engaging with their actual points. Typically means they don't have a point, right? Common variations: abusive, direct name calling or insulting a person's character to undermine their credibility. Only with people whose mental capacity is this big. Anyone who understands and is logical and operates on an average intellect can say, well, wait a minute. I'm getting caught up in the way that you're describing them distastefully, almost so much that I've forgotten that you strayed away from even having a stance against their opinion, against putting a stance up against their stance, right? Circumstantial, suggesting that a person only holds a certain argument because of their personal circumstances, biases, or self-interest. Again, still only attacking extracurriculars or the things on the outside and not the objective argument. Hypocrisy attack, countering a claim by pointing out that the person making the argument doesn't practice what they preach. We all do that to some degree. The ones who can identify that their hypocrite is poking out are certainly ahead of the race, right? Examples: substantive argument. We should implement stricter emission standards to improve public health. Ad hominem response. You only say that because you work for a green energy company and you aren't even smart enough to understand the economics. What is not an ad hominem? Not all personal attacks are ad hominem fallacies. If a person's character or background is directly relevant to the truth of their argument, it's fair game. Example: challenging the credibility of a financial auditor who has a known history of embezzlement is a valid argument regarding their trustworthiness. I think we get it, right? Okay. Moving forward. A dirty delete. A dirty delete is social media slang for deleting a post, comment, video after receiving negative backlash. Instead of admitting a mistake or apologizing, the poster removes the content to avoid accountability and hide the evidence of their error. The term is often used in specific contexts. Social media accountability. Users in online communities heavily debate this practice. Critics view the act as avoidant and cowardly, as it breaks the flow of conversation and invalidates the time people spent writing educational or opposing responses. Others note on Reddit that some users delete posts simply to protect their mental health from toxic pile-ons. Technical data management. In database and computer systems, it can refer to a deletion that leaves recoverable remnants, creates orphan data, or fails to propagate changes across the connected systems. Okay? I think we get it. Now, why are we here? We're here because Nicolina or whomever figured out who this alley cat was, right? It's no different than what anyone else in any adjacent dark corner of this community does, right? They figured out who she was. Nicolina, now the issue is that there's been a romance to some degree with Ernie and this gal. Meanwhile, this gal is married with children. Let me read to you the email that I sent Ernie. I sent him an email saying, hey, bro, I just watched the live you did last night. I'm not subscribed, so I'm not aware of what's going on over there. I have some honest questions about it. He said, go ahead, ask away. I said, let's be men about this. Believe me, I understand you're mad. This is America. You can be mad at something however silly or however egregious or however whatever adjective or descriptive word you want to put on it, you have the right to be mad. I'm not going to discount the fact that you're mad. I'm not saying you don't have every right to be mad. Question 1. That being said, you would be equally as mad with anyone else in the world if they did what looks like to have been done, right? Question mark. Or is it just because it's Nicolina we're extra mad, right? Question 2. As a man, if you found out your woman was in a relationship with another man, you'd probably want to kill, just like you want to right now. Question mark. Question 3. Are you concerned or questioning of anyone who buys into how you feel about wanting to kill Nicolina, example, supporting it, solely because of internet feelings? If you're not concerned, are you aware? This is question 4. If you're not concerned, are you aware that the same people who talk shit about you every day when you were gone are now under you, rooting you on to hurt her because they dislike her, and supporting you hurting her because you're mad that this woman's husband is now aware of your affair with her? Question 5. Imagine you had the opportunity to have known your ex-wife, the mother of your child, was cheating on you. Would you want to kill the person who told you? It would be awesome if you answered them in succession how I asked them, or we can do an interview. I have more questions, but that was very troublesome to watch, bro. And that's a fact. It was troublesome, right? Very troublesome. And this is a one and done, right? Now, what I want to do is I want to take 6 minutes of your time, and I want to break down by a psychologist channel. I want to break down what is hate bonding. Now, the people who are involved in this behavior, even hearing what it actually is, will push them away. It's going to push them away. Okay? Absolutely push them away. All right.
There has been a huge decline in mental health around the world, which is why we're so committed to creating more content than we ever have. Thanks for being a part of our journey. Do you know what it means to have a trauma bond with someone? Most people would wrongly assume that this means bonding with someone over shared trauma. But actually, trauma bonding is a defining characteristic of many toxic and abusive relationships. And it's often the main reason why we might find ourselves unable to leave them. A trauma bond refers to the deep emotional attachment one might feel towards their abuser. And it's more likely to develop in those who have a history of abuse, exploitation, or emotional codependency in their past relationships.
Making any sense here? I mean, just that quick. This, unlike what anyone else may do or their coverage of this particular stream, I don't trauma bond with anyone. Let me tell you what, there are things, let me go through here. There's things that Shannon has said. I don't appreciate it. There's things Nicolina has done. I don't appreciate. There are things that Markella has done. I don't agree with. There's things that, let's see, take your pick, right? There's things that a lot of people in this chat right now have said that I don't agree with, right? I haven't threatened any of these people, right? I may have had very colorful commentary publicly or privately for these people, but understanding that there's nothing that these people can say to me that's going to effectually have me threaten their lives and the lives of their children. Not going to happen, right? First of all, why? Because there's none of you that have that power over my life. You don't have enough power in my life. I know some of you will hate to hear that, right? None of you have the power in my life to make me come here and threaten the life of you or your children. I'm not. And the fact that some people feel like they're the victims of other people and then immediately run to the other side. They do not have, because it's all attention based, because they do not have the fortitude to stand in the middle and watch both sides. Right? Oh, well, I don't like her. And because I don't like her and she doesn't like her, I'm going to run straight over there. Understanding that the person you're running to used to be over there too. In fact, that's how some of you met, was over here or over there, right? Is this making any sense at all? I don't even want to waste your 6 minutes with this. I think you get it, right? So moving forward, this is the video in question. This video was immediately, hold on, let me do this real quick. You're welcome. I mean, I'm not going to silence your voice. You can come over, and even though I know I'm blocked because I see you allowing all these other people up that you've threatened or that have threatened you or whatever. And I'm like, he must be sharing the link with them privately. That's how much I'm involved in all of this. And I was like, you know what? Let me switch to my Music Biz Benny channel. And I went over and looked. I was like, oh no, there's the link, right? You just, if someone doesn't fall in line with, I hate the word, if someone doesn't fall in line with the narrative, let's remove their voice, right? Because then we understand that there's people here that when you remove their voice, they're going to scream to the heavens, oh, you blocked me, please unblock me. And then what do we get caught up in? We get caught up in the feedback loop of giving this person attention. Anything that you can squeeze out of someone else on here is going to create attention. I mean, just 4 days ago, I heard, and I talked to Ernie about it on Brad's. We had an amicable conversation, more like just short interjections. He's doing a paparazzi campaign called the Flying Eagle, where someone's paid him, he says. Now, whether they paid him or not is inconsequential to me, but that was a part of the chemistry, is that he had been paid to go film in front of her job, film potentially in front of her house, take pictures, take video, go talk to people. And that never happened, right? And so we move straight from that. And what it looks like is, to keep from anyone asking questions about that, we're going to trudge forward with the next thing that is so earth-shattering and groundbreaking, right? But what about that over there that you just said you were doing? Now we've moved on to the same thing, but we've upped the ante, right? We've definitely upped the ante. Okay.
Live to be that long. Welcome in, everyone.
Now I'm going to put up an overlay because I'm not playing this because of the content that it has streaming over the video from Massachusetts. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to talk about Ernie's alleged sexuality or any of that. Now, listen, was I one of the people that poked fun at Ernie while he was away? Yeah. Am I one of the people that's jumped on the, hey, let's get views from Ernie bandwagon? No. No. I mean, look at the people who are involved with Ernie. And if we're caught up looking at the numbers, they're not there. This is not 2022 where me and Ernie could go back and forth and get 10, 15,000 views on a video. This is not that. This is small peanuts. This is people thinking, oh, well, I had a panel with Ernie and I did 1,300 views. That's my best performing video ever. Looking ass. No, that's not exceptional performance, right? All right. moving forward. I'm going to put up an overlay because I'm not here. I'm here to talk about, I'm here to make a point. I think I could probably quit now and have had already made my point. But I'm not here to exploit any of this stuff. Although I am curious, I will put this out. Okay. I saw a receipt, and I hate that word, receipt. I saw a digital receipt. I'm not going to talk about what was on the receipt, but it was for 2 items. These 2 items were also seen in a video. Lisa K ends up with this receipt. My investigative mind wants to know, how did Lisa K get this receipt? Had to be someone close to Ernie that's also close to Lisa K. You can go down the list of who that is. I don't know who that is. But what I'm saying is that even people who say they love Ernie have actually stabbed him in the back. I'm not going to take that away from Ernie, right? People that love Ernie have stabbed him in the back. At one of his lowest moments, when he's in jail, right? Moving forward. I don't agree with that. I guess that's what I'm here to say. I don't agree with his family or whomever was friends with him that had access to this receipt and then sent it to Lisa K. I don't agree with it. Moving forward.
No, I don't intend right now for this live to be that long. I just want everybody to understand there's a cancer in this community. No matter whether we ice it out or not, we all need to band together. We all need to band together for the good of everyone.
Now, in terms of cancers, there are many cancers in this community. Many. And I think that based upon some people's opinion, it sometimes appears that all the cancers get together. And what's interesting about all the cancers that get together is that when they get together, they all want the attention. They all have their hands raised. They're waving flags. They got red lights shining all around them. We don't have to, or I don't have to, let me speak for me. I don't have to try and identify who the cancers are. Now, do I think, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here just a little bit, right? Let's say the 2010 Benny probably be pretty upset with Nicolina for breaking up my boo thing. The Benny that's accountable, honest, dependable, caring, loving, that Benny that operates with the human affect, first of all, wouldn't get involved in a situation with a married woman. And then I certainly would not threaten someone who put a damper on my affair with a married woman. Right?
Else and everybody else. This person has proven.
I also want to mention that I saw a clip where this Allie and Ernie, they had some sort of side chat, chatting back and forth. She wasn't on the live stream, but her saying it was the wrong one. And that him saying it was the wrong one. I understand that is the default. That's the default reaction to it. That's the knee-jerk reflex to it, is to say, oh, you got the wrong person. But then clearly it rapidly comes down the pike that, well, it was the right one, right? Now, you don't have to love or hate Nicolina to appreciate the fact that someone was held accountable. Hold on, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you are in love, you're married, you have children, you have a house, you have a big fancy diamond ring on, but you're having an emotional affair with a gentleman online, and that this gentleman, once it's brought to the higher up, now he becomes murderous with the threats. Ernie, let me tell you what, bro, I want you to do better. That's why I'm not on here picking at you every single day. I'm not running around in comments demeaning you or ad hominem attacking you. I'm doing none of those things. And I understand that, well, it seems as if, I'm not going to put this on you like this is your driving mission, but it seems as if you continue to want attention from people that aren't giving it to you. I'm not here to entertain you and the whole group of trauma bonding hate bonders. I'm not here for that. I'm also not here to align with the people that don't like you. I'm not doing that. I'm not here aligning with Mama T or aligning with this or aligning with that. If you can't see outside of the fact, for instance, like me sharing or actually Angelo allowing me the ability to handle his story. It wasn't about you. It was about his story. It wasn't about me. It was about his story. If you can't see anyone having a commentary with someone else outside of it not being about you, and you just don't like that person, that is infantile thinking. That's infantile thinking, right? Now, you can restream all you like. I don't care about that, bro. It does not hurt my feelings. I have sent you a link to come over here and talk about it, right? And it isn't, let me tell you what, it isn't for views, bro. It's not. It's so that you can understand the dynamics of and the complexities of what's around you. Like, we completely understand that as soon as I'm done, you'll make the video private because you're so worried about the YouTube channel. You don't want to lose it.
Over and over that they will do anything to destroy lives and to destroy other people's happiness, okay? So I think it's
a cancer destroyed a relationship that you had with a married woman. And she's a cancer because of that. Fair enough.
It's time that one of us sacrifices ourselves, literally, which is me.
Now we have a martyr who's going to eliminate a cancer that exposed a woman for having an affair with you. Okay, fair enough.
And we do what needs to be done. We got to do what needs to be done, folks. And that's what is going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's sad when somebody can admit they love to cause pain and trouble upon people. Sometimes you got.
Now, has Nicolina said that? Yeah, she has said that. She has. And I'm not here to hold up for that. I've said something probably exactly like that or with different words. So have you. So have you. Haven't we all, to some degree? We are not individuals in that respect.
You got to go down to their level. You got to be at that level. And you got to be the one to cause suffering and pain. And that's.
So now, because she brought attention to the husband of an affair you had with a married woman, now you have to bring the pain. Fair enough.
It's the sad part. That's the sad part. From here on out, all you mean girls, do not contact me because you're with that over there. You're with that. You stay with that, okay? You can come in the chat. You can talk. You can do it. Does not mean I'll ever acknowledge you ever again. What Nicolina done today, she will pay for it.
She will pay because she brought attention to the husband of a woman you were having an online affair with. Now, he's going to say it later on that was his woman. No, bro. That was a whole man's woman who gave her a ring and a vow in front of God and everything good. It's not your woman. Right? And that for some reason, the whole ideology escapes you. There's people watching a restream. They would want this for themselves. They just don't like the messenger. Right? Would these people be upset with Nicolina for telling them, hey, your husband's cheating on you with some chick off the internet? Right? Would you be upset? You have, listen, you don't have to answer where anybody could see it, because the ones that will answer and say, I wouldn't be upset. Yeah, you would. Now you're lying to yourself, and you want to be seen agreeing with the narrative that something should happen to anyone because they brought awareness to an affair that was happening online. Like, this whole thing, it defies all logic.
100,000%. Nicolina, I caused you to lose your last job. Remember that? The one you love so much? Get ready for round two. Get ready for round two.
Now, imagine the ideal that you would threaten to throw away everything holy to you. And I think that the most holy being YouTube attention. Imagine throwing that away for someone who wasn't your girl. I mean, clearly, bro, you felt pretty strongly about this gal. And I hate that you feel hurt. I hate that you feel hurt about the loss of that relationship. I'm not going to discount that for you, or I'm not going to take it from you. But you have to understand the chemistry of the situation, right? Would any of you women want to just be taken by surprise? The fact that your husband has got a cyber situation going on with a man online. Now, if you are one of those few that believe that a cyber situation or an emotional affair isn't an affair, great for you. You just have a different parameter of understanding than some people that say an affair is an affair is an affair is an affair.
People in your town are going to find out. I don't give a fuck if I have to print out 1,500 posters and tell them who you are and what you are. I don't care. Do not care. The fact is, you done it to yourself. That's all I'm going to say. You done it to yourself. You done it to yourself. When you try to hurt innocent people and people who...
Listen, Alley Cat is not innocent. Now, I'm not here to persecute her. I'm not here to convict her. In the eyes of God, she's committed adultery. So we're not talking about an innocent person here in the grand scheme of all things, right? Now, for those of you that aren't believers, you can say, oh, Benny, you're full of BS. Okay, then, right? Okay. That's your threshold for this situation. Meanwhile, we have a gal who's very, very involved. I'm going to leave it at that.
Who ain't in this community, and people who are great people who've never done anything to you, and you want to go and do the things you do, and you other mean girls, you acknowledge this, and you sit there and you...
Listen, everybody's done something to everybody. Everyone has done something to all of us. We all have done something to someone else. Right? Let's not be naive here. Let's not gloss over what the real issue is and get caught up in the feel-good release in our brain because someone is threatening the life of anyone else. This isn't because I have an alliance with anyone online. This is because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. That's all it is. And that there are people, Ernie, there's people in your chat, or there's people not in your chat right now who want the absolute best for you. I want the absolute best for you. I want you to have a woman all to yourself, not a woman that is already previously engaged or previously married, still married, currently married, presently married. I want you to have your own woman. I want you to have your own house. I want you to have your own things. And I feel like now the problem is not, this is my opinion. This part is opinion based. It's not so much that you've lost Allie. It's that now people know Allie was married and that there has to absolutely be a level of embarrassment there. If there is no level of embarrassment there, well, then there's a much wider and larger problem. And that's a fact, Jack.
Uphold this, I will dock every fucking one of you, your kids, your fucking family, everything. I don't care. Someone trying to live peaceful, literally peaceful,
with another man's wife. Like, what were the actual expectations, bro? This is a whole another man's wife. They got kids, they got wedding rings, they've got mortgages, they've got car payments, they've got insurances. Wouldn't you for a second have to keep your eye and your head on a swivel for the kind of woman that would come to you behind her husband's back and fear that the same thing she done to him could be the same thing she could do to you? What makes you so different? You would have to question a woman's loyalty who comes to you married to another man. 100,000%.
do the right thing. And then you try to take my happiness away. You try to take my happiness away.
It's not your happiness to have had in the first place, bro. It's not. Listen, if she was divorced, bro, this wouldn't even be a thing. If she was estranged or separated, this wouldn't even be a thing. This is a thing because her husband thought he was still happily married to her. Like, where is the disconnect here?
Hey, Nicolina, let's just see how good you are. Let's just see. We'll see exactly how good you really are. We'll put your 5'2" looking ass to the fucking test. That's what we're going to do.
Ad hominem. That's the start of the ad hominem. This is now moving away from Allie being married to another man with children and diplomas and rings and so on and so forth, to now her being 5'2". Now, people are going to cherry pick what they like out of this. Well, I don't like the fact that he threatened her life or her children's life, but I like the fact that people call her short and fat, right? That is a problem in and of itself, right?
That's what we're going to do. You want to play dirty? I'm going to show you dirty.
How is it dirty to provide a man with the information that his wife is not being faithful to him? How is that dirty? I believe if we all took accountability and we looked at it from a different lens, that she's the one that's doing the dirt, bro. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want to say, oh, well, Benny, Nicolina's done this, this, and this, and this, and had you this, and guess what? When you look at it through a faulty lens, you can objectify and say, you know what? Yeah, she did do all these things to me. Or you can rehabilitate, you can reposition your way of thinking and say, guess what? If I wasn't already in this situation, no one could do anything to me. I did these things to myself, right? Doesn't matter who did or didn't do them. I did them to me. I take accountability for me. I put myself in situations and cost myself things. No one did anything to me. Now we can roll over on our backs and play victim and say, guess what? Somebody did this, this, and this to me. Instead of looking at what your part in it is, because you are the first-hand player in the whole thing. What was my part? My part was, well, in this situation, my part was I had an internet fling or affair or relationship, whatever you want to label it. I had that with a married woman. And now that he knows, there's clearly been probably, I would guess, some parameters set where he's like, listen, no, we're not doing this no more. You're going to pick between him or me. You want all these things that we've built and amassed together, or do you want to be with him? Now, notice that I'm not saying him, you, and then laying out all the things you do or don't have. I'm not doing that to you. What I'm saying is you have to check her. It's the old saying. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Or don't, this is a less tasteful way, but it's true life, right? Don't check the pimp, check the hoe. You're mad at the wrong person. It is a very tactful and infantile way. You're not mad at him. He's the one that put the stop to it. You should be mad at him. And then if we're going to appoint unaccountable energy to this thing, it's him first. He said, no, stop it, Allie. And then it would be Nicolina. Or no, actually it would be him. And she's probably interchangeable with him because she also isn't with clean hands. Him, her, then you, then Nicolina. You have to put these components in line in the chain of accountability in the correct way. You're just mad at her being Nicolina.
I want to show you how to play dirty. And that's sad. That's sad it has to happen, but guess what? It literally has to happen.
It's very sad it has to happen. We are talking about a woman you've never met. Well, and if you have met her, then it's a much deeper seated issue, right? Than it just being an online thing, right? But I'm just going to take it for face value that this is just an online thing, right?
Playing dirty, huh? Okay. I know a thing or two about that. Yeah, we can do that.
Can't we all? Don't we all on this app know how to play dirty? We can lie. We can gossip. We can do all the things. We all know how to do all the things. We know you know how to do all the things that all the rest of us know how to do. But to do it behind a woman that's married, right? Guess what? Also, a logical mind will understand that clearly she chose him. She didn't want to throw away the house, the car, the ring, all the things to be with you. And I know that's hurtful. Believe me, I get it, bro. It's hurtful. But she chose him. When, guess what? She should have been honest with him from the beginning and said, guess what? I found this guy, Ernest. He could be the love of my life. Do it the right way. You should be mad at her, bro, because she didn't keep it real with him. That's it. Threats don't make you look strong. They may make you feel strong, but the way you're perceived by every single other person in the world is not, you don't look like this powerhouse of masculinity. It takes a real man to say, you know what? I effed up. This wasn't my woman. I shouldn't have got between a man and his woman. I should not. In fact, if you can name off the books of the Bible, like I know you can, you already understand the afterlife implications for getting involved in a relationship like that, bro. Hello?
Hey, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, love. Happy Father's Day to you, because I know at one point you played both roles.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really interesting. And, Ernie's never going to not be Ernie. And
I want him to not be the Ernie in the past or the Ernie that it is now.
he can't not be that person. He doesn't want to not be that person. My problem was that he kept talking about this woman and how much money she makes, where she, held him down during jail. And clearly he was financially using her. She may be lonely in her marriage, and that's why she's seeking out somebody that's infected with HIV, that whatever. But at the same time, she was dumb and used the same avatar that she uses on YouTube on her Facebook.
Yeah.
They're friends. He tried to deny it. She's married, children, they work at the same company. I was like, I would be livid if this was my husband doing that to me. So I let him know. I think the spouse has every right to know, especially if there's money involved and she's sending him money.
I mean, even outside of the money, and I'm not discounting your comment, but even outside the money, like if you're still sleeping in the same bed,
Right. Yeah.
right? If you're sleeping in the same bed, like you have to be accountable to yourself to know, hey, even if it's a financial marriage at that point, you have to be able to go to him and say, hey, listen, I know things aren't working out for you and I like that. And, maybe we're staying together for the kids or the 401k or till the house is paid, whatever it is. But have the goods to say, hey, I don't want to be in this like that. I've found someone else. I would encourage you to find someone else. If we're going to just stay married for the kid, that's their own intrapersonal situation.
And at the same time, Allie is being taken advantage of financially by Ernie. In my opinion, if that's what's happening. I do believe in being faithful to your partner. That's a big deal.
And
However,
I want to preface it by saying, yes, there's been times in my life I wasn't faithful. I don't know about you, but I think that a great deal of us could say to some degree, whether it was a work crush or what they call a work husband or a work wife, whatever it is, we've all stepped outside in some way that would upset the natural balance of a relationship we were committed to.
yeah, when I was younger, absolutely agree with that statement.
Yeah.
But I do want to address the threats, since he's made it very clear. I'm gonna say a couple of things. Last year he was in my town, and he, I guess, was driving past my house in the middle of the night. He tries to say now that he was following me to work, which he most certainly wasn't. He was at the I-69 rest stop in between the Perry and Woodbury Road exit. He then went to the Perry McDonald's. It was weird that he was saying that he was following behind me. That was really, because he wasn't, because he doesn't have the balls to approach me. I'm going to be very clear that since he has made these claims of taking my life, I am a concealed carry permit holder. I do carry. And if I see you, I will have to automatically assume that my life is in danger. Let that sink in, Ernie. I hope everyone hears that are in the bushes. You are not going to intimidate me. You've never intimidated me, but I will tell you, it will be on site. And I have enough digital documentation to say this is justifiable. You are threatening to take my life. I'm not going to wait around and see if you are. That's a promise.
I think that would definitely meet the threshold. I mean, overall, it's unfortunate that it's even to this point, but I hope that I hope and pray that later on, maybe Ernie maybe he can absorb some of this now and think about it later on. Or maybe he watches this later on by himself without being influenced and understand what's actually being said here, and that he's not just getting the attention from people who were saying the worst about him
just a few months ago. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And you know, if you listen to his live stream this morning, I did, he was making the same claims about having somebody in jail with him from Detroit. He said that the last time he got out of Madison County. That's not scary to me, Ernie. But what you were alluding to actually made it sound like you were into human trafficking, Ernie, and that you've now made connections with human traffickers, and you were trying to use that as a veiled threat towards me. Like somebody that's currently in Madison County, Kentucky, probably didn't live in Detroit proper, probably a suburb, and they're still in jail. But you made it out like you are affiliating with people that are part of human trafficking rings. That's not a good look. That is kind of sounds like it could be a federal conspiracy charge if you're trying to get other people to go out to come after me that you know are bad actors. That would be a federal charge. But that would still be a charge.
and it's just weird to say. I mean, let's keep it real. Like, I don't hate, and that's the thing. I don't hate anyone here.
I don't either. I don't hate anybody on the internet.
Yeah, like it's this is low hanging fruit, right? Like when I close the old MacBook, I'm done with it, right? I don't, and I told Ernie, I said, Ernie, I'm not subscribed to you, bro. So I don't know what's going on over there. I'm subscribed to a few people that post some clips sometimes, but the gals will tell you, man, I have villainized this whole situation, and that I still every single day say I can't listen to it. I can't do it.
I don't listen to much. I will listen occasionally, but it's because I'm not going to be sucked back in. I'm not doing the back and forth with Ernie. I'm not going to stream snipe him. I'm not going to do live reaction videos because honestly, this is season 5. It is the same episode on repeat, the same threats, the same lies, the same grandiosity, the same delusions of grandeur. And here it is, Father's Day, and he's a father, right? Right. But that's all I wanted to say. It's on site if I see you, Ernie. Don't come near me. You've made it very clear your intents. Have a great day. Happy Father's Day. Bye.
This is not AI music. This is my own personal art. And I guess we'll use it to copyright when the live stream's over. So just so you know, bro.
Exactly. We will not be live for tomorrow and a couple more days. We've got some very important things to do. But we will not be live for tomorrow, okay? And probably Monday too as well. We got some places we need to go and get things done. And doing it the right way, by the way. The only way I know how to do it, the bounty hunter way. Now, when all this settles down, I know Nicolina's going to make a post about what she did. She'll make a post about it. And then she'll do what she always does.
It wouldn't matter who it was. I would want to know. I would want to know that my woman is cheating on me. And if you can honestly sit there and say you wouldn't want to know, well, then that's your threshold. But you cannot. This is a very typical. Let's kill the messenger. Literally, let's kill the messenger. Right? Not let's step back, reset, and try to ascertain what's really going on here. It's let's immediately, with emotion, run straight to what we think is a resolution, and that resolution is violence. That's not a resolution. That's picking the scab to hemorrhage more problems. Listen, I've said it before. Go back to the ad hominems. Tell Nicolina she's fat. Tell her she's 5'2". Tell her she's this or she's that. But it crosses into a whole different situation. This is a situation that Nicolina doesn't even have to report herself. This is a situation that they could just be made aware of. And they can act on it, bro. And you know this, bro. This does not have to be reported by a victim. It just has to be known.
She'll do what she always does, like she does. You guys will find out what she did. She's trying to cause trouble. That's all she ever does.
Alley Cat tried to cause the trouble. She tried to cause the trouble. Were you, maybe, Ernie, maybe you were taken advantage of, bro. Quite possibly, you were taken advantage of. Have you ever thought about that? But if you knew she was married and you continued on with this relationship that has you fever mad, you can blame you and you can blame Allie. To blame anyone else is to strip accountability from yourself, bro. This is not a hard situation to understand.
You know, here's the thing. You would fuck with somebody who gets out of jail. And you would fuck with someone's life, literally.
How do you think her husband feels about you messing with his life, bro? Are you capable of thinking about the way he feels? Hopefully, he's just mad at her and not you. For him to be mad at you is the same as you being mad at Nicolina. You got to be mad at who is actually standing in front of the problem, or what is the problem. And guess what? If you guys had a scenario that was that was deep enough for you to want to kill somebody for, you should definitely be man enough to reach out to him and say, hey man, look, this is what it is, bro. Right? We have a thing going on here. This is my woman, right? I advocate for her to get divorced. You don't want to share a woman. You don't want a woman that's going to lay down with a man at nighttime and then during the day while he's at work, tell you how much she loves you. She's lying to both of y'all because maybe she don't know. Is it possible she could love both of y'all? It is. It is. But you mad at the wrong person, bro.
You would mess somebody over like that. That's what you tried to do. Well, I got news for you, Nicolina. I'm not a goody two-shoes. Not at all. You have no idea what you just did. But you will find out. You sure will. You'll find out. And you're going to find out quick, too. See, I got some friends in Detroit who can help me do everything that needs to be done.
What needs to be done? What sounds like needs to be done is that Alley Cat needs to save some of her money and get a divorce attorney, homie. That's what it really sounds like. She's not comfortable, or she's fallen out of love, or I'm not trying to put a label on their relationship. But if you're the guy, she'll fight for you, bro. She will fight for you. And that all of this would fall on deaf ears. Right? It would be Allie telling her husband, hey, look here, man. A long time ago when y'all first started having contact, this wouldn't even be a thing. Right? Guess what, man? A lot of things are being said behind the scenes. Not, and I hate that terminology, but not even just like you got people spreading the worst rumors, bro. Privately. I don't care for JLR. Or he doesn't care for me. But you can't allow this woman to run around and say that Magnolia saw Sam on JLR's phone. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Even if you put it in all caps, crimes, you can't be running around. Everything done in the dark comes to the light. People on the Discord think that it. I mean, how many times? I mean, they call it Discord for a reason, homie. Because every 15 minutes, 15 hours, or 15 days, something from the Discord is going to jump out, and it's going to come to the light, bro. Like, what is the fixation with people and little kids? I don't understand it. It's none of my business.
No. She's fucking with people's families and stuff is what she's doing.
Allie did that. In Earn Dog, you project yourself as this crazy alpha guy. And I don't mean crazy like that, but like you're super alpha. That's a better way to say it. You're super alpha. What do you look like being the third wheel to a marriage, bro? You deserve your own whole woman. Now, unless there's some sort of fringe benefit, like she's giving you money and that now that stops, well, then say that, bro. But in this here, you say this is your woman, bro. This is not your woman.
Wait till I start fucking with her families. I got your message just now. She knows exactly what she did. Yes, sweetie. Yeah, she's messing with my relationship.
Your relationship. How could she mess up your relationship if the woman wasn't married and didn't have a husband, bro? How? That's what I don't understand.
Oh yeah, she's a low bitch, is what she is.
Guess what? She very well may be. That's your perception of her. That's fine. Who's lower? Are you mad at Nicolina, or are you mad that someone is holding? Somebody's holding Allie accountable, bro? How can you be mad that Allie's being held accountable to having two men? How do you know that you and her husband are the only ones? How do you know? You can't know that. There's no way you can know if there's not 5 different men and that all of you are being played.
But it'll all be explained here very soon. It'll all be explained very, very soon.
You know, I'm really having a hard time trying to understand how Allie could feel like this is a good situation for her. First of all, to be with 2 men, but secondly, for the second man to be someone that would threaten the life of someone else for holding her accountable. Like, in my wildest, craziest delusions, I still can't make this make sense.
Yeah, I got all the text messages.
I assure you, you don't. You definitely, I'm guessing her husband definitely would not give a correspondence between himself and Nicolina to his wife that's messing with another man online to give back to you. Do you understand the chain of command there? The chain of custody? There's no way that's a thing. There's no way. That would only further complicate this situation for her, right? If you love her, you should make this situation as streamlined as possible. And that's either by removing yourself from it now and all things tied to it, or settling the discourse. And that y'all solidifying that this being together is what you want, and then the two of y'all move forward. But Ern, you're better. You're better than having just being the third wheel. You're better than that, bro. You deserve. Everybody deserves true love. Everybody deserves full love. Nobody deserves to be lied to, taken advantage of, manipulated. I know that it's easy to put this target, literally and figuratively, it's easy to put this target on Nicolina and say that she's the bad party here. You know what? If I even play devil's advocate, I could almost see why you would be upset, but not because Nicolina squashed my relationship with someone, but because now I feel hurt, and we understand that hurt people, and that because I'm hurt, I want to just hurt someone. I'm not willing to hurt her husband, and I'm not willing to hurt Allie. So the next best person, it has to be Nicolina. Right?
No, she can't. It's sad, people. It really is. Very, very sad. Very, very sad.
Let me just read you the summarization, which the summarization probably most accurately tracks the way this thing should be looked at. The way that 99.9% of the world that is honest, has integrity and ethics would look at this thing, right? Let's take a look at this, Ernie. Let's see what even robots, not even fleshy, mistake-filled human beings, but robots, how a robot and a human could feel the same way. You want to do that really quick, bro? Let's do it. This video titled, well, no, that's not the title. Features a creator expressing intense frustration and conflict regarding their online community and a specific individual named Nicolina. Key takeaways from this video include hostile conflict. The speaker accuses Nicolina of being a cancer to the community, claiming she actively tried to destroy lives, happiness, and relationships. That may or may not be true in any one given person's opinion. Threats of retaliation. The speaker declares a game on mentality, stating they are finished with diplomacy and plan to retaliate against Nicolina and those they label as mean girls. Planned absence. The creator announces they will not be live streaming for a few days, including the following Monday, because they need to travel to Michigan to get things done. The bounty hunter approach. The creator repeatedly refers to themselves using terms like a bounty hunter and mentions using actions rather than words to deal with the situation. The video is marked by aggressive language, personal attacks, and reference to offline actions, with the speaker characterizing their response as a necessary sacrifice to protect the community. That's when a robot is programmed, I guess, by a human to have some of the same feelings and outlooks and ideals as us, right? As us. And it's all for naught, bro. It's all for naught. You deserve your own woman, bro. You deserve your own woman.
And DJ were going to be best friends. I don't know DJ. Don't know her. Don't know him. Or I don't know who it is. But everybody, everybody says they're going to do this, going to do that, and that never gets done. See, people have to really stand up to do it. You have to stand up. You have to be a person. You have to be that person to put yourself in that situation. Well, I just volunteered myself in that situation. I've watched Nicolina destroy people's families and stuff. I know how she is. And she never gets nothing back. Nothing ever comes back to her. Well, let's just see what happens. You see, she's fucking with a...
I will tell you this, bro, that it's nothing. It cost me nothing. Well, it cost me some pocket change to get involved with this organization right here. Right? For real. Like, yeah. You pay, you get badges. All I got to do is just submit it, bro. Just submit it and it goes away. I promise you.
Family that not only get you back, but they let you swim with the fishes. But they let you see. She's fucking with a family that not only get you back.
Now he's saying that Allie's family is gonna have Nicolina swimming with the fishes. What? What in the Fraggle Rock, bro? Like, why don't you do it? If you feel so convicted about it, why are you gonna pass this off for somebody else to do? You do it, bro. This is classic. This is histrionic, bro.
But they let you swim with the fishes. And we know Nicolina is not going to be too good at swimming. She's big as a fucking hog, so she's going to drown, literally. Think about that.
Now understand, I knew going into this live stream, now I'm going to be the bad guy. Why am I going to be the bad guy? I'm going to be the bad guy for approaching the situation as a man who would not want this for myself. I would not want to be Allie's husband, and I would not want to be Ernie. I wouldn't want to be hurt like he is, and I wouldn't want to be hurt like her husband is. But somebody's got to be the bad guy. And I'm not the bad guy. I'm the voice of reason who's saying, Ernest, you deserve more from life than a woman who makes you the third wheel. You're the second choice.
She damn sure, unless she floats. Well, she'll float in the end, but they all do, don't they? But you never know, right? You never know.
We're not gonna. You are a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. How to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. Stay away from the bad guy. There's a bad guy coming through. Better get out.
I have a great day. I'm gonna go see my